That's better.
We are live.
We're live.
Look at that. I didn't think I was going to be able to get a live stream in today, man.
Yeah.
This week has sucked. Holy shit. The worst.
Jeez, you're having a fucking marathon of those, aren't you?
So, 3 months in a row. November, I got the first flu bug. It was a basic flu. Wasn't anything weak. I was really out for 2 days and then a week before it was gone. Then the second one came in December. I think December 12th I got sick. And that was a brutal flu. That was the chest, the FSV or whatever they call it. That was a brutal flu. That kicked my ass. And then we went to the spa a week ago, and Monday morning tested positive, or Monday afternoon tested positive for COVID. My first shot, 3 years in, man. It took me 3 years to get COVID.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I can say 0 stars, would not recommend.
Yeah, I had it. It was not fun.
The worst part, so the first 2 days were just utter trash. I had no energy, no interest in doing anything. Even now, I'm getting lightheaded, talking too much. And
so and I'm sure you get the same thing as somebody that has had it, like firsthand experience with it. Whenever I see these right-wing conspiracy wackos, and yes, I'm saying that on a live stream on YouTube.
Love it.
Are like, it's all fake, man. It's fake news. The COVID doesn't exist. It's all fucking fake news. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. It's fake news.
Yeah, no, it's real news. It's real news.
Yeah.
By the way, Beresford says spilled some staropramen. I don't know.
Ramen, I'm assuming some kind of ramen. I saw the word what is that? And then I was like, I saw the word ramen in there, so I was assuming it's something kind of ramen.
That hurts, man. Ramen on the floor, that hurts. That hurts. But yeah, so the worst part came yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or it was 2 days ago, where I was making spaghetti for my kid. And I started frying the beef, and I realized I hate the smell of raw ground beef when it starts to fry. That buttery smell. Yeah.
Oh, yes. It. Yeah.
I couldn't smell
I'm not a fan.
But I couldn't smell it. And I'm like, what? So I had an onion chopped up and some garlic, and I smelled that. I couldn't smell that. All of my senses are gone. The only thing I can really taste is intense sugar or intense salt. That is it. I have no taste profile whatsoever. Unleashed Jeremy Hansen. I watched a Canadian dairy farmer dump 30,000 liters of milk because the Canadian government is setting prices. Blew my mind. That's not the Canadian government per se. That's has to do a lot with the dairy farmers as well, setting their prices. So it's kind of like fuel. Fuel prices aren't necessarily just set by the government. There's other factors involved. And yeah, it sucks. The 30,000 liters of milk thing, that's a garbage. But there's more to the story than just that video. Trust me. Starapaman is beer. Oh no! Beresford dropped beer on the carpet.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
That's not good. That's gonna smell bad. I hate that. I've done that, and it never ends up. I still have a point in my carpet in the corner that if I get really close to it, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. If I smell it, it smells like shit. And I've washed that carpet like 8 times since that happened.
So yeah,
Gross.
I'm struggling through this week. I still have a video coming Monday. Based on a tweet I saw earlier this week about that everybody in the audio community kind of got behind. Somebody saying you shouldn't buy USB mics. Anyways, it's going to be a fun little video. I recorded the video with Dylan. Can't see this, but I recorded the video with this stellar tiny microphone.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see it to believe it. I'm actually rather blown away.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it looks like I don't even know what it looks like. It looks very tiny.
Yeah, I recorded the whole video with this, so should be fun. The sleeping cat mic. I've seen that USB mic tweet. Yeah, a lot of people jumping on that, and a lot of it's divided, which is an interesting perspective. Like a lot of the audio world is divided, and I find it's absolutely ridiculous. And there's a lot of people it even came up on the Discord. Was it yesterday or there? Everyone's kind of fighting over whether or not USB mics are worthwhile. And yeah, like even I've said I refuse to review them, but wait for Monday. It's an interesting perspective on USB microphones from a guy who despises them. That's all fun. Now, I've renamed this video, this live stream, to Dylan calls out Aiden for mic storage practices. I have no idea what's about to come. I have no idea what Dylan's about to hit me with here. All he said is he had a bone to pick, and I'm like, I don't know. Apparently, I gave you a mic that was all effed up. What?
Okay. So I want to make this clear. I'm not mad at Aiden. This is a mistake that everybody has made probably at least once in their career. Some people it's many times. So when I store anything with a fastener, so like a mic stand with adjustment screws, mic clips, I store them. All the screws are loosened. Everything is loosened in storage, and there's a reason for that. The reason is, and this is the reason. So when you've got something like this mic clip, this is the mic clip for the TechZone audio product Stellar X2.
Yeah.
And this guy has a fastener on it, which you can see on the side here. That fastener is now that. And the reason is because it was stored at like maximum tightness. And when you do that and there's fluctuations in humidity or especially temperature, it increases the risk that metal is going to seize in that tightened state. And then when you go to try to loosen it, it will literally break. It will literally snap. So that's what's happened in this case is this screw has literally snapped. So now this shock mount is totally useless. So you can't even take the bolt out because the end of the bolt has seized in the hole. It physically cannot be moved because it's seized with the rest of the mechanism. So thankfully, like my buddy and like you just said a few minutes ago when we were talking, these are very cheap.
Yeah.
So it's not unreasonable. But so a little PSA to people, when you're storing mic stands and especially shock mounts for expensive microphones, store them with the shock mounts loosened. And with anything that's adjustable on it, loosened. In fact, I would say if you're going to store a elastic shock mount for long periods, take the elastics off.
Oh yeah.
But that's only for long periods because obviously it's a pain in the ass to have to reassemble the shock mount every time you want to use it.
So, I'm hearing the gist of this is you're kind of jealous of my muscles.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Also, why would you ever need to tighten it that much? I could tighten it that much. I just actively choose not to.
I don't remember the last time I used that microphone.
That's funny.
It sat on my shelf for at least a year before I handed it to you. Like I don't even remember hooking it up the last time.
And so that's especially where it is. So when you're storing mics for long periods of time and they're stuck in that tightened state, a lot of times they'll seize in that tightened state. And then when you try to loosen them, and I said, fuck it. And I was like, I can't loosen it because the metal's stuck in there. It's seized now. So I'm like, I'll just try to move the mic. Well, I'll just try to strong arm and I was able to move it, but then the whole screw just snapped off. And I'm like, well, that was dumb.
So this isn't my fault. This is your fault for trying to force something. That's what I get out of this. Okay.
Well, there would have been no other way to solve the problem. So, like there would have been no way to revive this mount. It was inevitable that was going to happen. But just FYI to anybody else who may have a habit of storing their stuff very, very tightened, especially mic stands, because mic stands aren't cheap. Good mic stands, especially like all mic stands here, all of them are K&M. So I don't fuck around. Like there's one stand here that has nothing on it. That's just it's limp dick. It's just completely it's a flaccid mic stand.
Oh. That's poor mic stand. There's a
poor mic stand. There's a bill for that.
Hades got a new headset. I can finally hear how good Dylan's RE27 sounds. Yeah, it's a nice mic.
Oh wow, I go. It is. I like it.
I was actually in the market for a decent boom, and I hate the standard. What are they? The ones you can get
PSA
from
one.
No, not a boom arm, but like a boom stand for like.
Oh, yeah, the Yorkville shit.
Yeah, Yorkville. I hate Yorkville brand. Hate them. What is a decent mid-range boom brand to get? Because I was looking at one. It was about $150. I don't know if that's mid-range or.
So here's what I would do. Hang on.
All right.
So So what I would do is, so there's a company, and we're not sponsored by them. This is not an endorsement, because they're paying me to do it. I genuinely love their products. There's a company called K&M. They're a German company, Krugen and Meyer, as I think how you pronounce their name. This is a K&M boom.
Yeah.
It's telescopic, so it's obviously got the whole other piece that you can extend. All of these mechanisms are super well engineered. Like, this is never going to seize up or anything. So what I would do to save yourself some coin, not that you're necessarily concerned with that, but it's what I do is I buy the shitty mic stands from Long and McQuaid to get the stand.
Oh.
And then I throw away I throw the shitty boom out, because you can just buy from like Studio Economic, you can just buy this and then just put this on the shitty stand, and it immediately makes it into like an amazing stand.
How much is that?
This is like $60, I think.
Oh, that's not
give
bad.
or take. Somewhere between $60 and $90 for and most of the engineering goes into this. Obviously, there's not that much engineering in the stand part, but highly recommend K&M stuff. It's expensive, but worth it. It will last a lifetime if you treat it well.
I will have to say, awfully quiet in chat today.
Yeah, right.
It's good to see everybody, though. I appreciate you guys coming out. Sorry, it's been a slow week. Shrimp, I didn't see yet. How's it going, Shrimp?
You know who I haven't seen in this chat in a while is Bang's Naughty Bits.
I was thinking the same thing this week. I think we may have upset Bangs somehow. I think maybe we've I don't know. Is there anything we did that may have?
I hope nothing bad.
Dude's named Bangs Naughty Bits.
Kind of miss you, Bangs.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, what? How much can you do to offend a dude?
I hope you're well, Bangs.
Yeah. Delivery TV presente queridos amigos. I'm guessing that's us. I don't speak that, whatever that is.
Apparently, I sound good today. I have changed absolutely nothing about my signal flow, my signal chain. Everything is exactly the same as it normally is.
I usually have
other than the fact we're on Discord.
I usually have a distortion plug-in over you, so you know.
Nice.
Yeah, heavy reverb on your channel, just so you know.
It's got to be mono reverb. Make sure it's mono. Got to have that mono reverb.
It's been, this week has been really tough for getting shit done, but I'm like, I keep saying this where I'm like, fuck yeah, let's start doing some music, I can't for the life of me get started because of all this crap. Between getting sick, losing family, I don't know, man. It's been depressing. It's been absolutely depressing for the past few weeks, past few months trying to deal with all this crap. So I am kind of looking forward to like a couple months of nothing fucking weird, like nothing really stupid going on. Like I wanted to hang out with you this week. I remember telling you last week, I'm like, yeah, dude, maybe we should hang out. We can get some stuff done. And
well, it was originally supposed to be last week, and then we pushed it back to this week, and now we're pushing it back more. I honestly totally forgot about it too. I didn't even remember that we said that until you mentioned it now.
It's been painful, man. It's all I want to do is like I want to get shit done, and I've had time to edit for the second channel, and I have been doing that. A lot of fun random shit that I've been doing, but for the most part, I'm like, I haven't gotten any mics in. I haven't gotten any gear. Like it's, you know, when you're kind of in that, well, I guess no one would really know, but you kind of get into this like, okay, grabbing stuff, getting stuff in, planning forward. You know, I know what video I'm going to be putting out in 4 weeks. I haven't had any of that because I just haven't had any, like, good God.
Well, there's ebbs and flows, right? I mean, there are times in life where we can't afford to be as proactive as maybe we would like, but that's life. I mean, sometimes you just got to take it day by day, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and I think like I've got a backlog of ideas that I want to get done, and I've just got to plow through and get them done. But it's like, you know, I picked up the Spark, the Blue Spark, and that was a decent video. That was kind of like a stopgap where I'm like, okay, get the Spark in, get a video done. But it's just with all the crap that's been happening, I've really got to like refocus.
Honestly, dude, it's the one thing that for me I don't like about hustle culture. I do like a lot about hustle culture, but the one thing I don't like is this narrative, this zero tolerance narrative of every day you got to push 158%, give her. And I'm like, that's not realistic. Some days suck, and that's life. And you just got to get through it and go to bed and start again tomorrow. Like this idea that that you always have to be on all day, every day. It's just not realistic.
No, and you know what? It's fascinating too, because I've taken this past week after the 3 flus or the 2 flus and getting COVID now, and everything else that's happened over the past few months. I think it was Monday night where I just said fuck it and I turned on a video game. I've been playing the Division 2 all week. I just fuck it. If I'm gonna be sick, I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
It's been so frustrating trying to like, because you're like, all right, I'm gonna get some shit done, and then you're like, I guess I'm not getting any shit done. Also, we had this idea I think it was in November, where we were gonna swab some mics to find out exactly how nasty microphones are. I think here's the update. I think I may have found somebody. Most labs hung up on me. Like, they flat out just hung up on me as soon as I asked them. But I got a hold.
That's awesome.
I'm getting a hold of Algonquin College. I'm actually going to drop by there when I'm COVID free, and I'm going to talk to them in the bio labs where they do testing, and we might be able to do it. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get you to see if you can hook us up at the Rogers station so we can go in and swab some mics from their morning shows. Like, just maybe walk into the Shea studio and swab some of the mics.
So would love to do that. However, from a brand and like not good publicity standpoint, I'm not sure that would be something that I could get consent to do.
Mics. All the mics are like that.
I'm just being realistic, but like, I know how corporate the executive side of things think, and something like that just, even if it's so common, it doesn't look good.
You know what we'll do then? If that doesn't work, and that's stupid, but I understand.
But I, as the vice chair of the media management board, I will follow up on that for you, and I will see what I can do.
If that doesn't work, I say we go to CKDJ.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, we could go in.
Are you kidding? Especially with the number of people that use those mics. Oh my god.
I think
one of those BCMs.
I think it would be good. Andrew C says, on the plus side, I have best job and I'm the only person that I can talk. Oh wait, I missed a couple. Funny watching you talk about all the challenges of work. I work in the waste industry, so every day is garbage. Nice. Hey, I've got COVID. Can you test my mic pop filter for me? I would love to. See, that, but here's the problem with the testing. Actually, we'll get back to that in a second. I'll finish off Andrew's. Best job, I'm the only person that can talk rubbish all day to a CEO and get away with it. Ha ha ha. I also recycle all my jokes. Occupational hazard. Yeah.
Oh, God. I love this. This is great.
The problem I'm running into, so one of the things that, and I have gotten a hold of a few testing sites that have said, like, here's some of the issues with what you're presenting is, one, you don't just test for stuff. So if you swab, you got to know what you're testing for. I'm looking for just basically a bacterial culture. Like, that's all. I just want to see however, wouldn't it be cool to see if you could, like, do a COVID test and see if there's COVID on these microphones?
Oh my God, could you imagine?
That would be cool to see. And I think something like that, I think that would be like, to be able to kind of section that off. And I'm hoping, like I said, the Algonquin, I'm going to see them in person, and we'll see how that goes. I would like to be able to film some of the process. I think it's going to be a really interesting video. However,
here's what I would have loved to do, and this would be so hard to do because whatever it would cost money. I would love to take like a BCM 705, like a mic from an on-air studio for somewhere, whether it's CKDJ, whether it's, although they don't have the 705 there, they have the other one.
No, they have the 705.
And 705.
Yeah.
So I would want to take it apart, and I would want to swab. And again, you do this and you're never using the mic again. But swab the actual element, the mic element itself.
Yeah.
And then the angle of the video is like, this is how bacteria affects your sound, and basically like check the layer of shit on the surface of the capsule, on the surface of the actual element. So on a condenser mic, it's the sputtered plate, the gold plate that you would test.
You know
just
what
to see.
Do? I could lend a microphone to CKDJ Studios, have them use it for like a month, and then go in, take it back, and do it so my microphone gets destroyed.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it. Yeah.
That might be worthwhile.
But that'd be cool, because then it's like, not only is it like, oh, the sanitary aspect, it's like, oh no, this is on the mic element, so this is impacting your sound in some way. It might be a really tiny way, but like, here's what bacteria sounds like.
Well, like, it would be interesting to like get an old microphone and be able to swab that, like one that sat in a smoke-filled studio for
get
years.
like an old vintage Neumann U47 and like, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna scratch the shit out of that one. Yeah, sorry, diaphragm. Andrew says can't wait to get his herpes result. Good luck, buddy. The other option is shine the black light to see all the fingerprints and dust. There's Mark Rober video that does this for a classroom. Yeah, I thought about that, like, and it's kind of tough with like microphones and stuff like that, because the biggest thing is breathing on the microphone, right? And seeing how gross your microphone is. I would like to like do a studio swab too, like swab different things in a studio to see what's the worst. I'm guessing the volume pot's probably nasty as fuck.
Yeah.
So the mic volume pot, you could take that hammer hit microphone and grow mold all over it. Ugh. Yeah, I think that thing's still up there. Yeah, I haven't done anything. I was gonna frame it. That video failed miserably, and I'm actually still kind of salty about that. So, but yeah, so it is work in progress. I'm gonna see if I can flesh that video out by the beginning of next week. It'll probably take about a month to do. Oh,
I'm not sure that was a correction, Andrew C.
Mood. Grow mood all over it.
Grow mood all over it.
Grow some
but
mood
so here's another angle for it though. Is so let's say you're in the studio, and so what I would do is I would like swab, or like not swab, but like take a mic, don't take it apart or anything, but like some like dynamic, like take a 58 and take a brand new windscreen and check it for like use it once or twice to do something, and then swab it for a culture, and then pretend like you're working in a studio and you just dropped it on the studio carpet and you put it back on the mic stand, which happens. People drop mics. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And test it again and be like, so this is how much more shit is on your microphone if you drop it. And as a PSA for people to like swab their mics with alcohol after they fucking drop it on the floor.
Well, the biggest one I'm worried about is that foam nose. So, and this is the one that, like, if there was a foam nose on a mic at a radio studio, I would take the foam nose off. Yeah, what I would like to do is get, like, a foam nose from an SM7B that's used in a studio, like in a multi-use studio. So many people have used it. So I can test it and figure out exactly how much it's gotten, how nasty it's gotten. Like, remember when I cleaned my son's old nose?
Oh yeah. Well, it also had like cat hair and shit on it too. That was gross.
But it's just that's his use case of the mic, and everybody uses a case differently. Now, if you're in a studio and you're using a mic in a studio, and you're weird, dude. If you're using a mic in a studio, you've let your lips touch that foam before.
Yep.
We've all done it. And I just want to know, what chance of death do you have after doing that? Like, that's... Ugh.
Yeah, it's good to know. Get a bacterial culture and like show it to like a virologist and be like, how dangerous is this?
Right? That it would be really cool. Now, I will have to say, out of all of the labs in Ottawa, 95% of them hung up on me mid-sentence.
Really?
So this is what I would say. I was like, hi, my name's Aiden Wolf. I have a YouTube channel here in Ottawa. And then I started to explain what I was going to do. And one dude, like, I got through YouTube channel and click. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm willing to pay you to test these.
Yeah. I'm coming to you with a business prospect,
you
like, idiot.
It might be 20 swabs. If that's $100 a piece, it's $2,000, man. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. Do you guys make too much money?
Like, I get it. It's stupid. I get it. It's like,
but who cares? Like, you know what? I'll do dumb shit. If somebody wants to pay me, I'll do dumb shit all day long. That's basically what I do for a living, is dumb shit all day long.
Hades says, Dylan taking the clown nose literally. And Johnny says, what an image to start watching and see. Dylan using an SM7B windscreen as a clown nose.
I feel like we've just found a YouTube short worthy clip.
Steve Schnetzler Have I seen you on Steve? Welcome to the stream if I haven't seen you before.
Welcome. Yeah, I don't recognize the name.
Some foams have fungus bacterial poisons in them. Actually, I think most of them do. If you use them to filter your fish tank, they die. Oh, that sucks. Kill your... Steve, welcome, Steve.
Well, and I guess that makes sense because I know when people talk about, what is it? What is it, like hypoallergenic? Is that the term for like when something is like, basically it won't, no, that's something different. But basically like antibacterial surfaces would have to have something on them to discourage bacterial growth.
Well, but also here's the thing though, like I've got an SM7B that's 4 years old. Would it still have it on there? Like I'm pretty sure after enough, well, especially after I scrubbed the shit out of it and got all that crap out of it. But a microphone in a studio for 15 years, is it going to have any of that on there anymore? I'm doubtful. Anyways, Steve, welcome to the stream, buddy. First chat, first time. Welcome to the room. Hades, I'm sure that wasn't discovered by accident. Probably not, no. Death by clown nose. I like that. You okay over there? Did you like take mushrooms or something before the stream?
No, I'm just looking at this because one thing I've always noticed is the amount of beat up SM7B parts, and I've just noticed there's a dent on mine, and it's a very small dent on the just on the grill. But I'm like puzzled as to how that would have even happened because this mic never leaves this mount. It has never ever fallen or hit anything ever. So I'm almost wondering if it came that way. That's weird.
It's you grip it too hard, man. TechMed, cheers, brother. Thank you for that. How's it going? It's going good, man. Better. It's going better. I still have a cough, but I am somewhat alive. Usually it's copper for antibacterial surfaces. Last I heard, the copper handrail in New York Central Station was unable to support COVID. Oh, cool. 3M make a copper tape so you can put it on door handles and buttons. Did not know that.
That's interesting. I know silver because like when I'm filling up my humidifier with water, I have a little silver coil that I put in there that's supposed to discourage a lot of stuff. So I knew that some of those metals were particularly bad. I guess they called it heavy metals, or I'm not a science guy, obviously,
no.
Or at least I'm not a biology guy or I'm a physics guy, but I'm not a biology or a chemistry guy.
I like Legos. I don't know if that counts for anything.
That's physics. Is
that
physics.
A science? Is Legos a science?
the Lego life science. The life science of Lego.
It's the bacteria attacking your mic. It's the bacteria have dented your mic, Dylan. Your breath is that bad.
I know it, especially now because I've got coffee and it's not going
isn't it
well.
great? Isn't it great? Wow, we got 20 people watching. I gotta say, like, I like to just sit here and shoot the shit. This is the slowest chat I think we've had in probably a year. Nothing again. You guys don't have to do anything. I'm just. It's fascinating. Usually we can't keep up for the life of us, especially when we start like shooting the shit.
I gotta say, I'm really enjoying. I'm learning a fair amount from the conversation in the last few minutes here. This is interesting.
Brass is also germ resistant. Why a lot of door handles are made of brass.
Did not know that. That's really interesting, actually.
Dan, how you doing, brother?
I immediately checked my door handle to see if it was brass.
Bacteria must be why my Blue Yeti sounds bad. Probably Hades. That's probably it.
So for anyone in here that we seem to have some experts in that. So where does stainless steel rate in that sort of antibacterial sterilized, like, is anything, or can bacteria just freely grow on and cultivate on stainless steel? Because I've stored stainless steel door handles all over the place.
Dylan's now starting to itch. He's like, "What? How's stainless steel now?"
I mean, I don't care. Like, I clean the door handles, but part of me is like, well, if they're antibacterial, I probably don't need to clean them every day like I do now.
Yeah. So Dan says we're not worthy. Cheers, Dan. I don't know what you're not worthy of, but cheers.
This is great if you boil it. I feel like that's a troll. Is that a troll?
I don't know. Dale might be trolling you.
I'm only saying it because I know Dale trolled me earlier, so I'm just assuming everything from Dale is trolling me now. He's loud. Yeah, it's a troll. Classic.
Stainless steel germ repository. The benefit is that you can get it really smooth and easy to clean in an autoclave.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take it from the trash guy because the trash guy probably knows how to make shit sanitary.
Trash
just
dudes
a thought.
know stuff, man. Trash
and that's not a troll. I'm being genuine saying that. Like I would trust somebody who specializes in waste management to know how to keep shit clean. Because I mean, you're around this stuff all day long. If you don't get sick every day of the week, you must know something we don't.
Yeah, you must scrub a little extra hard when you get home, eh? If you work in waste management, I would imagine, that's one of those perfumes you don't want. Johnny, stainless is the same as copper and brass. Installed on a lot of stainless push-pull plates on doors for my customers during the height of COVID. Johnny counteracts Andrew.
Oh. All right. Let's battle it out, boys. No. No, I'm not going to encourage that. I'm not going to encourage that.
Copper was used as anti-fouling on ships. We wash our hands properly. Yeah, I would imagine before you eat, if you work in waste management.
Webster Studios, what is anti-fouling? I've never seen that word before. What is that?
I'm guessing to keep the nasty smell off.
I guess, making shit not foul seems likely.
Right.
I've just never heard that as a word before. That's interesting.
Also, G. Webster Studios. I think this is your first week here, too. Cheers, buddy. Welcome. I almost got a couple jobs when I used to be a truck driver. I almost got a couple jobs working waste management. One was for a front-end loader at the actual dump. Oh. And what they did was he's like, okay, so it pays like, at the time, this was like 17 years ago, it paid like $35 an hour. And basically all you did was you grabbed stuff, moved it from one to the other with a front-end loader. That's literally all you did all day. And so he's like, but you got to come out with me, sit in the front end loader and see what you think. And there's no AC in the front end loader. And you get in and it's just this permeating heat of the engine as well as outside. And it just smells like hot trash. And he's like,
my mind is blown right now on the anti-fouling. So the red shit, it's the outside of the ship, I guess. That's cool. I did not know that.
All right.
I'm learning all of the things today. We're in the random fun fact area of conversation, which I love. I am all about the fun facts. That is my brand of fun facts.
Anything to do with anti-fouling, Dylan's on board.
No, okay. So here's another random fun fact. You know the 3 lines on the side of a school bus? You know what those indicate?
No.
You know what? Those black lines. So one line is at the kid's head level. Yeah. The middle line is at their seat level, and the bottom line is at their foot level. So if a firefighter or someone has to cut into the bus, they know exactly like if it's on its side or something, like where the inside, so they can avoid like hurting anybody or something. But again, fun fact, random shit that I find interesting.
Fun fact for when jaws of life are used on school buses with little children in them.
I guess.
Red Cabin says recording a VO for a sound design company in the Netherlands this week. Omni Sound. That's cool. Dan says that's wildly morbid. LOL.
Yep. Jaws of life with kids in them.
Oh, that's what we're here for, man. Wildly morbid and microphones. That's the 2 M's, man.
Yeah, the 2 M's. Morbid and mics. You should change the name of the channel. That Morbid and Microphones. Morbid is Dark Corner Studios 2. Microphones is Dark Corner Studios 1. Or I like Dark Corner Media.
Yeah, Dark Corner Media. Yeah. Morbid Micro. Do you guys get Mr. Bean? You know that chainsaw bathroom door episode?
Yeah.
I haven't watched Mr. Bean in about 20 years.
I do remember the episode. Yeah.
It's hard. They all kind of blend together in a lot of stupidity. Why I watch. LOL. Yeah. Lines on the side of bus, bad luck for any kids that have early growth spurts. Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I get, and that's when a school bus driver told me that, I was like, well, what if because you get wildly different heights on school buses. So how does that work?
Well, you weren't average, kid, so sorry.
Yes.
You might want to duck.
Might want to duck down.
Luckily, I'll know exactly what to do in that situation now. Thanks, Dylan.
See that is how I define what constitutes a fun fact. Is it something that in practicality is completely useless, but is very interesting nonetheless? To me, that's what a fun fact is.
Oh, wow.
Which describes 99% of my knowledge base.
I also have to admit, by the way, I'm usually really dumb on Fridays.
I'm just dumb every day of the week. I mean, why are you limiting it to just Friday?
Brain fog.
That's impressive.
Brain fog from COVID's taken over, and yeah, I feel extra dumb now. So just don't mind me. Anyways, Wildly Morbid Dark Corner Studios.
Starting a new hashtag up. Hit that with Instagram.
Yeah.
Be immediately slapped down by the algorithm.
Feel free, guys. Clip whatever you want. Oh, speaking of the algorithm, so my history of porn music got slapped for being
not shocked.
There was. Did you watch it?
I watched it, but I know how YouTube is, and not shocked.
I was pissed. So it's restricted content for adults, and it doesn't. Well, like I'm not making any money on the channel yet, so I mean, whatever. But come on, like it's porn music. It's not like we're actually watching pieces of porn. We're talking about the music and where the music comes from.
Yeah, but any reference to anything like that, like, because I wouldn't even be surprised, like, us saying porn on this stream if that gets flagged. Like, it wouldn't surprise me.
I hear a lot of people are getting like strikes for swearing too early in their videos.
Yeah, see, and that I don't agree with.
But then I look at our live streams and I've dropped F-bombs in the first 2 seconds, man.
Oh yeah, I drop them regularly.
I don't get what, like, maybe we're just behind.
Well, maybe because it's live content too, it gets treated with a different level of scrutiny. I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't swear in my normal videos, even in the, like I've got the history of swear words coming up on the second channel. Which,
Dale just endorsed your porn music video. He said he watched it and nothing there was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Good thing the content wasn't bad either. Yeah. So yeah, like I've got like the history of swear words, and there's a lot of like the originations of fuck come from like a guy with the name Fuck Butter, and like from way back in the 13th century. Yeah, so like it was really cool. By the way, don't watch the Netflix history of swear words. It is one of the trashiest garbage Nicolas Cage shit that I've ever seen in my life. It is the worst campy. No doubt it died in the water. Like nobody's talking about it anymore. It's because Nicolas Cage he was being himself and he wrecked it. He wrecked it. I like Nicolas Cage.
Oh, wait. Oh, he was actually in the history of
yeah, he hosted it and he did such a bad job.
Of course it is. Nicolas Cage. I mean, the guy's not an amazing actor. I still love movies with him in it, but he's not like a Shakespearean actor or anything.
It was so bad. And I was, because
in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm researching the history of swear words, so I'm like, I guess I should watch this. I literally got through the first episode on fuck. And the only thing he brought to that was quote unquote comedic effect. And it wasn't, the delivery was horrible. The writing was garbage. I don't know if they let him have free reign on it. What?
Back up, Aiden. Hang on. Are you saying Netflix produced content that was subpar?
Yeah. With Nicolas Cage? Yes. 100%.
It's like 90% of their catalog.
Johnny says, very educational video, or should I say informative? Kind of going for the infotainment. You know, infotainment.
Yeah. Yep.
Heard that somewhere. But yeah, don't watch it. It's garbage. Just watch my video. All you need to know is in that. I was blown away at when you go to sit down and watch something that's like major media, okay? Something that comes from a major studio. You expect a certain level of quality to it.
Not anymore.
What I got from that,
I used to.
Yeah. Even from like Netflix and stuff like that, you expect a certain level of quality. What I got from that was a really bad YouTube video with Nicolas Cage hosting. That's exactly what it was. Like, just watch the first 5 minutes if you don't believe me. It is trash. Ship high in transit.
What do you call that when we let the letters and people? It's like a reverse acronym.
Yeah. That isn't actually where it's from. I actually covered that in the video. Ship high in transit. All those things. All those not anagrams.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
I forget what to call them.
All of those are actual bullshit. Who knew?
Well, the one for fuck that I heard was, it used to mean like love tap or something. So I guess that's also a fake news.
There was for unlawful carnal knowledge, and there was also fornication under consent of king. So that's where you'd have to get a fuck pardon by the king, but that's all false. All of that stuff.
So here's what I heard, and it ties back to like Anglo-Saxon culture, like many millennia ago, not that long ago, but and it was talking about how a lot of those words originate from like the Anglo-Saxon portion, which was the shittier part of society, and so those words were outlawed because they were only used by poor people.
Yes, shite. Actually, yeah. And it's fascinating when you look at the history. So fuck comes from an old Germanic word that means to strike. Giggity. Shit was actually a medical term for shit.
Yeah.
Like up until, but what ended up happening was, and this is fascinating when I run into this a lot on the other channels, how much the Catholic Church has influenced what we do and what we can and cannot say. In about the 17th century, people started, upper society started speaking very less liberal about body parts even. So that's when we started calling arms limbs and stuff like that, lower extremities, because it became wildly inappropriate to reference anything that was considered a body part or a function of the body. Around the same time, flushing toilets came about. So people would no longer go to a shithouse to take a dump in front of 30 other people. So everything became privatized around that word. But it also became words that had other meanings that were, regards to sex, regards to anything like that. It would literally be shunned upon as a lower caste thing to do, to reference that stuff, because the upper nobility would not talk in terms like that.
It kind of goes inside with the same reason why we have different words for the animal than we do for the meat that comes from the animal, because in old, like, sort of Anglo-Saxon versus French were upscale, Anglo-Saxons were bottom, lower class. Like the words, the animal words come from that Germanic background because the people farming them were the poor people, whereas the meat, the rich people only ever needed to know this thing that came from the animal. So like words like beef, boeuf, right? French. There's a lot of French derivatives in there, because it's that separation in society that existed between the people that cultivated the animals and the people that ate the shit that came from the animals.
That's fascinating.
It is very fascinating.
Andrew, the history of the V insult hand signal is pretty interesting. Also different between U.S. and Australian culture. Anyone was amused when George Bush Jr. gave an Aussies a treatment when he visited. Nice. The peace. Yeah. Also, rooting for your team means something really not intended in Australian. I'd be wondering now. Acronym.
Oh,
Thank you. Acronym.
But an acronym. Yeah.
Yeah, an acronym is a shortening of. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Dre and Dead Dingo's Donga is a special piece of Australian slang. Dre and a Dead Dingo's Donga. Wow. Just found it. We'll watch next and subscribe to that channel. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, it's Dark Corner Media. Feel free. Jump on board as long as you're going to watch the videos. The reason I haven't really, I didn't post about this channel on the rest of Dark Corner Studios because I don't want people just going over and subbing thinking it's support. It actually harms the channel if you sub and you don't watch videos. It has
do that.
Massive detriment.
You look like a bot, basically. You look like a bot.
And what YouTube sees, so let's say you have 1,000 subscribers, okay? And I put out a video and only 15 people watch it. What YouTube thinks then is your video's trash because only 15 people of your subscribers watched it. So
because I was going to say it's a proportional calculation. So it's like how much of your audience engages with your content. So if you have a massive audience but only 1% of them engage, that's horrible. That's a horrible turnover. Whereas if you have a smaller audience and like 75% of them engage, that looks way better, right?
Well, and that's the thing. Like when people engage with even the videos on this channel, Dark Corner Studios, if I put out a video that's disliking it doesn't matter. But if you don't engage, you watch a video and you close it right away and you put no engagement on that video, that is the worst thing you can do to a video on YouTube. So when you, or if you don't watch a video whatsoever, if you like skip 3 or 4 videos on a channel. So yeah, that's why I say, if you're not going to watch videos, please don't subscribe. I love the support and I love the attention that people want to give, but if you want to support, watch the videos. They're actually kind of fun. Dry as a dead dingo donga. There we go. I'm gonna start working that into a regular conversation. I'm as dry as a dead dingo donga. I'm guessing that has something to do with a dingo penis. No, maybe donga.
Oh no!
Oh, piece of crap. That's a piece of crap. Dingo donga. Donga's got to be a dump, right? That's got to be.
Dingo donga.
Hits my very northern buddies from Ice Road Microphones. Ice Road Microphones here, bud. Bloody Cactus.
All right,
good, brother. Crapper. If you want some really interesting historical human experiences about failure, listen to Cautionary Tales. Yeah, I've watched Cautionary Tales. Also, like, they have some really dark shit that will stay with you for a while. Like, no, there's a couple YouTube channels that talk about some pretty dark subjects that, like, are fucking nightmare fuel. So, topic: Chopper, Knob, Member, Plonked, Winkle, Pecker, Schlong, One-Eyed Snake, Wanger, Old Fellow, Willie. Yes, I was going to read that whole comment out on the live stream. That's fantastic. I wonder if I'm
going to say, I was intentionally not doing that because of, yeah.
No, because technically those are all actual things. Like, a chopper.
It's your channel. It's your channel, so at least now I'm not responsible for it.
Every one of those things are something different. Think about it. A chopper is a helicopter.
Okay, what's a schlong?
A knob, a schlong. That thing's a penis. One-eyed snake is technically a snake that's had an injury.
One eye, yeah.
A wanger is somebody who wangs. Old fellow, come on.
Define wang. What is wang? What does it mean to wang?
Well, but this is a noun, right? It's a noun.
It's a noun that makes reference to a lewd verb.
That's winkle.
I think that
it's winkle, not winky. I don't know if that's supposed to be winky. I like winky. Kind of winks, you know.
Winkle.
On that note, I'm starting to feel exhausted from COVID.
All right.
So I love you all, guys. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Have yourself a great rest of your day. We'll see you next week. And hopefully I can actually finally